Zombies needs more brains. Horde mode. So to play in Horde mode, you do the standard setup, and then each player chooses a different colour zombie that they wish to be: red, blue, green or yellow. You put them in order. Everyone plays at the same time in Horde mode, which is different to the blackjack mode where each person plays individually, and then it moves on to the next person. In this mode, everyone plays together, so it's much more interactive and is much more popular. Flick over the first card. If it has bullets on it, then you've been wounded. 2 bullets means you're been incapacitated and get no brains. So I'll shuffle the cards again. Double rage means whatever the next card flipped over is doubled. That's 1 brain. Chase humans means you must play the next 2 cards. Brain. Brain. Gunfire means you hit once. You can continue one if you hit a second time for a second gunfire card. Then you receive no brains. There are also 2 brain cards. There's 1 3 brain card in the entire deck. I shuffle the cards. I start a demonstration. Double rage. It means whatever the next card is played is double. In Horde mode, you ask each player in turn whether they wish to stay in. If you stay in, you can collect however many brains are and continue on. If you pull out, you take your brains and you're no longer in the game for that round. So double rage, we ask everybody if they want to stay in. If you wish to stay in, say more brains. So red would say more brains, blue would say more brains, green player more brains, yellow player more brains. So we're all staying in, there's no reason to leave. So 1 becomes 2, so that's 2 brains. Again, more brains, more brains, more brains, more brains, we're all staying in. Must play the next 2 cards. More brains, more brains, more brains. So we're up to 4 brains now. First one was double, and another 2 1s means 4 brains. Red's deciding to leave and take his 4 brains with him. Blue's deciding to press on, but he may have a chance of losing if you're incapacitated by a gunshot or a headshot. Then you don't receive any for brains for this round. Again, chase humans. If you want to continue on, you have to take the next 2 cards. Blue thinks, no, that's a bit dangerous, so he's going to leave and take his 4. Just you're leaving green and yellow in the game for this round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Green's going to stay on. He sees more brains. Yellow's going to stay on. He says more brains. 7. Green's going to go out. Take 5. 2 ones, a 7. Yellow says more brains. He's been hit once. Now if he gets hit the second time, he receives no brains for that round. So he's going to push his luck and say more brains. 8, 9. He's going to stop there. No, he thinks he might press on. More brains. 10, 11, 12. Well done. He's received 12 brains. He's going to call it quits there. And he gets 10. 11. 12 brains. That's the end of round 1. Everyone's pulled out. At the end of round 1, and before each round, hand out a pity brain. It's the lowest score. The lowest score here is 4, and there's 4. If it's a tie, then everybody, all the lowest players get 1 extra brain. Sort of catch-up mechanism. This time, blue will go first. And alternates between the players clockwise. They're all still playing together, but they declare clockwise. Blue declares more brains, more brains, more brains, and red declares more brains. They'll take the next 2 cards. Up to 3 brains. Blue continues on, more brains, more brains, more brains, more brains. A doubler. More brains, more brains, more brains, more brains. There's nothing bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5 brains. Blue thinks that's enough. He's going to drop out. He now has 10 brains. Green's going to continue on, says more brains. When you leave, you're supposed to say enough brains and leave. Green says more brains. Yellow says more brains. Red player says more brains. Gain chase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. We're getting a bit greedy now. More brains, more brains, more brains. 8, 9, 10. Green's going to go out. Take his 10. Giving him 10, 15, 16, 17. The first to cross 20 ends the game, but everybody finishes their turn. So, and after that, there's one more round without the player who crossed 20 first, or the highest player, and the other 3 have a chance to steal the win from the player who's the temporary winner. So it takes his 10. Yellow says more brains, red says more brains. 11. Shot once. 11 says, no, I'll take my 11. 5. 10, 11. Yellow now has 23, but red's still going for this round. Red's thinking, I'll take one more chance, more brains. Unfortunately that's 2. He gets none for the turn, but he is the lowest brain, so he gets the pity brain. Takes his score to 6. Blue's on 10, green's on 17, and yellow's reached 23, which has triggered the end game. In the end game, shuffle the cards. They have a new order. Green now as the first call. But yellow's not in it, sorry. Yellow is on 23. So these 3 players get 1 chance now, 1 round, to try and beat that score and steal the win from yellow. More brains, more brains, more brains. 1 gunshot. Very dangerous. But there's no point in not pushing on because they haven't reached 23. 2 brains. 3. More brains, more brains, more brains. A doubler. More brains, more brains, more brains. 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue's going to drop out. It's at 5. Now puts him in front. Oh, it doesn't. 22. He's going to stay then. 22. 2 more cards. 22. More brains, more brains, more brains. 23. More brains, more brains, more brains. 24, 25. So he's going to take his 20. Takes him to 25. Red and green are going to push on. Let's see if they can get higher than 25. They have 1 shot once. 2, 3, doubler, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. More brains, more brains. Next 2, 9, 10. Would only give me red player 16, would only give him 20, so they push on. Whoa, 14. More brains, more brains. That's equal to 2, so now they're equal to having 3 shots, and 2 is enough to end the round. So green and red don't receive any more brains.